All right, everyone, welcome to today's High-Speed Explainer. I'm super excited to guide you through this smart revision session. Our goal today is pretty straightforward. We're going to absolutely lock down every critical science and technology fact you'll need for the upcoming 70-second bpsc exam. We've taken the most vital source materials and distilled them down to give you exactly what you need to make these facts stick.
Look, science and tech isn't just about memorizing a bunch of random data points. It's really about understanding India's strategic leaps on a global scale. So I'm challenging you to focus completely for the next few minutes, put the phone away, ignore the distractions. We're about to rapidly decode the exact milestones that examiners absolutely love to test on. Let's get into it.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll be tackling 4 areas. Number 1, space and satellites. Number 2, digital India and AI. Number 3, defense and advanced weapons. And number 4, energy and emerging tech.
Starting with Section 1, Space and Satellites, India's orbital leaps.
Okay, let's contrast our current massive triumph with our future ambition. You already know Chandrayaan-3 made us the very first country to soft land on the lunar South Pole on August 23, 2023. That's celebrated now as National Space Day, and the spot is called Shiv Shakti Point. But Chandrayaan-4? That's a massive step up. Targeted for 2027 or 2028, it's an actual sample return mission. We're aiming to bring back 2 to 3 kilograms of lunar soil from a crater called Mons Mutan, and we're using 2 LVM-3 rockets to pull it off. Make sure you lock those names and dates in your head.
Now, India's human spaceflight capability is building incredibly fast. Before we actually send our chosen Air Force pilots into space, ISRO is launching the uncrewed Gaganyaan-1 to test out Vyamitra, which is our female half-humanoid robot. At the same time, under the Indo-US AX-4 mission, ISRO's Shubhanshu Shukla is heading straight to the International Space Station. All of this groundwork paves the way for the Bhartiya Antariksh Station, or BASE, which we're planning for 2035. And a completely crucial milestone for BASE is the SpaceX mission in March 2025. That mission proved autonomous space docking works, which makes India only the 4th nation in the world to pull that off.
1.5 million. Why does that number matter? Because that is the exact distance in kilometers from Earth to the Lagrange Point 1, or L1. India's first dedicated solar observatory, Aditya L1, was successfully parked right there in a halo orbit. Sitting at L1 is brilliant because it allows the satellite to observe the sun continuously without any eclipses getting in the way. Also, note for the exam that it carries exactly 7 scientific payloads to study solar flares and coronal mass ejections.
Moving right along to Section 2, Digital India and AI, Securing Tech Sovereignty.
All right, this framework has multiple-choice question written all over it. New Delhi recently hosted the first Global AI Summit, representing the Global South, and the theme was AI for All. During that summit, they rolled out the Manav framework to guide ethical AI deployment. Memorize this acronym right now. Moral, accountable, national sovereignty, accessible and inclusive, and valid and legitimate. This is literally the cornerstone of India's AI governance strategy going forward.
As this tech evolves, you really need to keep your vocabulary sharp so you don't fall for distractor options on test day. First term, agentic AI. Unlike traditional AI that just sits there waiting for your prompt, agentic AI actually autonomously plans and executes complex tasks completely without human intervention. Second term, the Pax Silica Initiative. This is a major geopolitical framework focused heavily on tech diplomacy and global AI governance. Definitely keep both of these in mind.
When it comes to digital self-reliance, we've secured 2 massive wins recently. First is the Vikram 3201. That's India's first fully indigenous 32-bit space-grade microprocessor. It was developed jointly by VSSC and the Semiconductor Lab in Chandigarh, and it paves the way for upcoming chips like the Dhruv 64. On the software side, we have major breakthroughs like Sarvam 30B. That's a highly capable large language model developed specifically for the India AI mission, meant to eliminate our reliance on foreign AI models.
Jumping into Section 3, Defense and Advanced Weapons, the National Shield.
Our air defense strategy is currently making a huge transition from imported tech to homegrown mastery. Right now, we rely heavily on the Russian-made S-400, which is locally named Sudarshan Chakra. It's a beast. It tracks over 300 targets with 360-degree coverage. But DRDO is building our sovereign equivalent, called Project Kusha. This is going to be a multi-layered shield deploying interceptor missiles with 150, 250, and 400-kilometer ranges. It's designed to neutralize stealth fighters and drones at Mach 5.5 speeds, which perfectly complements our offensive assets, like the canister-launched Agni-P and our supersonic BrahMos missiles.
30 kilowatts. That is a massive amount of power. It's the rating of DRDO's brand new Mark IIA laser-directed energy weapon, which was just successfully tested in Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh. This laser can literally fry the electro-optical sensors of enemy drones up to 5 kilometers away, perfectly quietly and at the speed of light. This puts India in a very elite global club right alongside the US, China, Russia, and Israel, in having operational directed energy weapons.
Moving out to the ocean, our naval power is expanding rapidly to secure the Indian Ocean region. To counter hostile submarines lurking in our coastal waters, the Navy is inducting the Anti-Submarine Warfare Armilla class. And for the Strategic Nuclear Triad, the third nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine, INS Aerodamon, is officially set to be commissioned in April 2026, joining its older siblings Arihant and Arigat.
Our artillery forces are getting a massive upgrade as well. Moving way beyond the indigenous Pinaka single-caliber launcher, we now have Surya Astra. Developed by a private Indian manufacturer, Nibli Limited, partnering with Israel's Elbit Systems, Surya Astra is India's first universal multi-caliber rocket launcher. What's a game-changer here is that it seamlessly fires 122mm, 160mm, and 306mm rockets, all from the exact same platform. It gives us unparalleled flexibility on the battlefield.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 4, Energy and Emerging Tech, Powering the Future.
It's important to know that India is a core player in the global nuclear fusion race. We are a key member of the massive ITER project over in France, and Larsen & Toubro actually built the massive stainless steel cryostat reactor chamber for them. Back home, our fusion research is spearheaded by the Institute for Plasma Research down in Gandhinagar, driving forward projects like the Aditya Tokamak. Also, keep an eye out for the upcoming Shanti Act 2025 that targets a whopping 100 gigawatts of nuclear energy by 2047 using small modular reactors like the BSMR 200, alongside some really exciting developments in pink hydrogen coming out of Kalpakkam.
All right, time for a final rapid-fire sprint to lock in some high-yield facts for exam day. The fast breeder reactor is the absolute engine of Stage 2 of our nuclear program. In public health, the national target to completely eliminate measles is 2030, and the WHO actually just recognized India for officially eliminating trachoma. In biotech, jot down CRISPR-Biza1101 for sickle cell, CAR-T NextCAR19 therapies, the Ad-Falsiva malaria vaccine, and the recent discovery of type 5 diabetes, which is linked to malnutrition. Shifting to telecoms, BSN rolled out VO Wi-Fi for routing calls in dead zones. And finally, in AI and tech, watch out for Bharatgin's huge 22-language LLM, the Bashini translation platform, neurotech advances like the ISCC Moonshot taking on Neuralink, and the Army deploying Cotilia and Q-Force platforms to analyze real-time battlefield intelligence.
So with all these relentless leaps happening across literally every scientific domain, you have to ask, is India finally on the brink of complete technological sovereignty? I hope that thought energizes you as you head back into your study sessions. Best of luck on the 72nd BPSC, everyone. Keep